finger tell me to do so. And if I've done my things right, the timing should be perfect. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here. We are set to start at 10 p.m. on the money. If you are watching after the fact, the timestamps to everything will be in the description down below. Please give this stream a thumbs up. It really helps out. And to those of you watching live, you know the drill. Ooh, I was throwing to something that I wasn't ready for, but I am now. All right, enjoy Otis McDonald, baby. Guess who's here with about 3 seconds to spare? Hello, everyone. Am I freezing right out of the gate? What's going on? The hell? Give me a second here. Wow. What a frame to freeze on too. I'm assuming y'all can hear me. Let me see if doing this followed by this will help. No, I'm fucking frozen like this. Oh geez, of all the times to have this kind of difficulty. Give me what I'm going to do, and I'm still going to quit. Wait, what is it? I'm gonna stop this and I'm going to try something. Give me a second here. Hello, Breck. Thank you for the compliment. Glad to see you. I'm gonna keep talking just to make it clear that I'm still here, and I'm gonna try something here. Normally, if this doesn't work, you know, run. What the hell? Now this is an interesting situation to be in. Okay, I'm gonna try something else. How's about this? No. That. Oh, geez. I don't want to restart the stream. That would be like crazy. Let me try something else here. What the hell? Yeah, and now if I go back to it now, there we go. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but you know, I just clicked around on some things and we came back. All right. No, Frank, I wanted to do everything to avoid ending the stream because why, you know? But we are here. I am. You know what? The funny thing is this this little snafu that we just opened with might be the highlight of this episode. Oh geez. I have a bunch of notes for tonight. They are completely disorganized. I don't have a fraction of the links that I wish I had. So and not only that, I have learned from my past experiences, if I don't have a link prepared, I'm not gonna try to find it because my batting average on that is really low. That's usually what ends up happening when I try to find a link. Oh geez. Or maybe Twitter actually. I did load the I did load Twitter's search engine, so maybe if there's something that I want, I can do that. It is kind of nuts that depending on the standards that you're using, we are either on the brink of war or already at war. And yet I can't bring myself to care that much because of the things going on here in Canada. It's I gotta say though, between a government that's trampling all over your rights and actual war, I think I would rather have the problem that I'm having than the problem that people who live in the Ukraine and Russia are having. Which might spill over to us depending on what happens. I know Trudeau announced some sanctions, but here's the thing, and this is probably why, hello Darth Shady, this is probably why what I just said will probably be close to, if not the entirety of my comments on the Ukraine situation, because I'm not nearly informed enough to cover this shit responsibly. You know, once the dust has settled on the semi-perpetual state of emergency, I'm calling it now, then maybe, you know, pending actual war that implicates Canada, you know, it's just not something that I feel competent enough to cover responsibly, and the risk reward ratio just isn't there for me to try without like backing myself up on all the background. But actually, speaking of which, and I'm gonna promote his YouTube. I don't give a fuck about his Twitch. I know he does, but speaking of having the background to do it, if you are to follow someone, I would recommend Dylan Burns. By the standards of political streamers, when it comes to foreign policy, Dylan Burns actually is an expert. Okay, here's what's making me say that he's an expert. It's that he is well informed enough where I remember this anecdote either is gonna sound stupid or will prove my point depending on your point of view. But I remember Dylan Burns talking to Destiny. And in this conversation, Dylan was asking Destiny for tips on how to have debates with, let's say, far-right people who, you know, don't think the U.S. should get involved in whatever situation abroad. You know, shit that is important to have, but you can't really... it's really easy to get dumb takes unless you're really well informed and you've crossed every T and dotted every I. And a tip that Destiny was giving Dylan Burns was to basically entrap people he's having this conversation with by saying, okay, well, let's say there was a country that was doing this and their leader was doing that, and they have this kind of history, and the situation is blah, 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 blah. Do you think the U.S. should get involved then? And once the person answers that, Dylan should go, okay, I just described the situation between this country and that country. And the fact that Dylan would be informed enough to actually be able to tend these traps in real time when having conversations with people is why, you know, by the standards of Twitch streamers, he's definitely up there in his knowledge of foreign policy. I have not yet watched his videos on Ukraine, but he put one yesterday, and then he put another one today on an update on the one that yesterday, because, you know, from what I've heard, the situation in Ukraine is there's this kind of shell game that they're playing where some separatists have declared their sovereignty, and Russia immediately recognized them as a nation and vowed to protect them, you know? So it's not an invasion, it's a protection of a country's sovereignty. So yeah, that is sussy-wussy. But yeah, that is basically all I will say. If you have relatives in Ukraine or in Russia, I hope they're well. And I hope this doesn't spiral into World War III, you know, which I think everyone can unite as to that being a bad thing. So, on that note, what else can I say? Actually, I will find one thing, and then we could just go into the segment, I guess. I gotta say, the odds of us playing Stardew Valley tonight are very high, because despite the intense action that has happened over the last week, I don't consider that I have that much to say, but I say that every week, you know? We'll see. I might as well leave this on screen. Sorry. I said on screen, but I meant I might as well leave this tab open, which I just opened. Hey. Well, I'm not counting this as a win because the thing that I successfully found so quickly is an organization's website. Ooh, speaking of which, did I... Please, please, please tell me that Please tell me that I found this and that I bookmarked it, because if I didn't, this is such a fail. I don't... Wait. I'm just checking my master document, which I will be happy to have for posterity. Where is it? Oh no, Google isn't going to give me what I want. I'm going to try directly on DuckDuckGo. Yeah. Enjoy some music a little. Shouldn't be too long. You know, I gotta say, and I am on record, I am on record saying how people who categorically refuse to use Google are doing themselves a disservice, and I stand by that. However, this trucker situation has given me so many things that I'm curious about, which plays right into the very shenanigans that Google is renowned for. So these past couple weeks for this particular story, yeah, I've had to use DuckDuckGo a lot more often. Yeah. There you go. First result in fucking DuckDuckGo. First fucking result. Wait, is this? No, this is not. Okay. Well, it would have been nice. Oh. There we go. It wasn't the first result, but it was near the top of the top page. Just below the fold, let's say. Let me just make sure that this is what I think it is. I don't think this is the site that I was looking for. You see, this is the kind of thing, at least I haven't started the segment, but... Oh, wait, here. You say you don't have much to say, and then you say a lot. You're full of it, Sid. Never change. Thank you. I appreciate you acknowledging it and saying that, especially considering that you've suffered the consequences of this by me not playing Stardew Valley. So yeah, that coming from you, that means a lot. All right, fuck this. Oh wait. Nope. Okay. Fuck this. All right, I'm just gonna get right into it because it's already 1:15 the hour. I would like to play Stardew Valley before it's over. Well, I probably will anyway, unless like I talk right up until 11, which this very rant isn't helping towards. But yeah, let's do this. Let's make sure my notes are in order. Wait. Okay. That was weird, but at least it didn't last long. Okay. Are they freezing private citizens' bank account who control the... my guess would be yes to your question, Breck. but I haven't followed that particular angle very closely. Okay, so I will do, just gonna cough real quick. And we should be good to go. So we have reached the dramatic conclusion of the protests in Ottawa, even though the hot part of this activity in Ottawa specifically is over. The fallout of this has barely just begun. I would say that the main thing that I'm happy to see is that this movement has spread all over the world, and I can only hope that the outcome in other parts of the world will be better than what happened in Ottawa. A lot of things have happened. I will try to give an analysis that is meaningful to me, and hopefully it'll be interesting to you. There will be timestamps in the description below because, as is the case with these particular segments, I'm not editing these, I'm throwing them up. So if you see me flustering to search something, there will be timestamps below where you can skip that part. And I apologize in advance, but it should be minimal. The first thing that I want to cover is the this right here. I want to start with things that I forgot. And 2 weeks ago, I covered the story of the Memorandum of Understanding that was advanced by Canada Unity. And the funny thing about that memorandum is that it wasn't as flashy as is on their site right now up here, but when I covered the Memorandum of Understanding, they had already retracted it, which is why I could not find it on their site. And this very warning was on it February 8th, right when I covered it. However, since it wasn't as in your face as it is now, and since I didn't even read the title, Notice of Formal Withdrawal of MOU by Canada Unity, it was funny to me after the stream to watch myself sitting dumbfounded, wondering where the MOU was, where the very notice of the retraction of the MOU was there in my face on the site that I was looking at but not reading. So that was interesting. I just wanted to cover this. Actually, this is short enough. Let's read it. This is as of 3 weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago. It has come to the attention of Canada Unity that the Memorandum of Understanding, herein referred to as the MOU, does not reflect the spirit and intent of the Freedom Convoy movement. Sure, no surprise. We represent the voice of many Canadians who desire to have the Charter of Rights and Freedoms upheld. Hear, hear. We are everyday Canadians, not lawyers or politicians. Yeah. What? So, yeah, they, these not lawyers or politicians unintentionally wrote a document which could be misconstrued as a coup attempt, which has since been used to demonize the entire movement, and I would say was one of the I didn't see Jagmeet Singh's testimony when he voted in favor of the Emergencies Act, but I'm sure he invoked this because that Weasley little liar has used this Memorandum of Understanding as the pretext to say the truckers want to overthrow the government. They're not hiding it. It's on their website. So anyway, let's continue reading. We are immediately withdrawing the MOU as we do not want any unintended interpretations to continue. Yeah. Our sole desire with the MOU was to have a document where Canadians can peacefully express their displeasure with the current C-19 mandates and express their desire to be free. yeah, that's noble, but it was very poorly executed. And one thing that I probably didn't state when I read this, or when I read some excerpts from it 2 weeks ago, was that if any of the trucker organizers actually signed this document, that would be really bad, and I can't stand it. I can't stand by them, and that would unintentionally make that Weasley little liar Jagmeet Singh truthful in his claims, just based on that. So I sure hope it didn't happen. Where was I? Yes, Canada Unity does not support or encourage any acts which tarnish democratic values held by Canadians. The over 320,000 original signatories of the MAU. To you, we appreciate your support and will continue to peacefully demonstrate until the Charter of Rights and Freedoms is upheld. The charter that begins with a loophole. I covered that in the same episode, but whatever. This document was created with the sole purpose of bringing the Government of Canada and all Canadian citizens into agreement that the Charter of Rights and Freedoms should be upheld for all. Yeah, agreed. I would amend it to remove the loophole in the first clause. I will refer you to my video from 2 weeks ago. I don't feel like covering it again right now. Canada Unity firmly supports the Constitution and democratic process. We remain committed to following lawful process and upholding freedom of choice. Signed, the two very people, James Boder and Sandra Boder. There was a third name, but neither of these people have named themselves at a press conference of the Trucker Convoy. So all of this is just elaboration on the withdrawal of the MOU, which I forgot to cover last week. The other thing, which is this still relevant, actually, because I bookmarked this right after the here's the thing with the Emergencies Act. Actually, let me catch up with the chat here. They also made a big deal of cryptos being used to finance the movement. Since those accounts can't be shut down, they keep claiming that cryptos are used only to finance terrorism. Yeah, this is another case of lies by omission, which I hope to elaborate on later in this segment. Yeah. What I will say, actually, I don't think this is that relevant because yesterday, February 21st, the Parliament had a vote on whether or not the Emergencies Act that Justin Trudeau invoked last Tuesday should be upheld, and it passed by a significant margin. What was it? Emergencies Act vote result. Let me see here. If the stream gets choppy for a couple seconds, I apologize, but it's looking good. Yep. The vote passed by a vote of 185 to 151. So that's cringe. And like, if you're Canadian and you care enough to do this and you're watching this, you might want to find out if your representative voted in favor or against this insane measure. I won't, but you, hey, if you want to, I encourage you to do so. What am I covering next? Actually, that is all I will cover right now. I've said this many times during this situation, during this process, during this demonstration, that it's been an interesting exploration of when the question of when does a protest go too far, because as anyone with more than two brain cells to rub together understands, protests are they're inherently disruptive. If there's a protest happening within a couple blocks of where you are, you will feel the effects of it, even if it's as simple as heavy traffic in that area. And if you if you oppose that, if you oppose the cause of the protest, assuming that you know what it is, then you will be more likely to put the line lower as far as when a protest goes too far than you would if you support the cause of the protest. We have seen examples of this. I will try my best to follow my own advice. Actually, it's technically not my advice, but I will try my best to not compare it to any specific protests that we've seen in the past, because your brain will immediately jump to how they're different, and I just want to bypass that. So I'm sure that we can think of examples of movements with thousands of people involved, that for a cause that you either supported or didn't, that have led to these kinds of conversations. And it is a real shame that Trudeau and his associates, I'll use that word, have used the misrepresentations of this protest to, trample all over people's rights while repeatedly saying that the Charter of Human Rights and Liberties will continue to apply while the Emergencies Act is in place. And it's funny too. I remember 10 years ago there was a vast movement here in Quebec 10 years ago, called the Le Printemps Érable in French. It was a bunch of student protests. This thing took place for months. And even back then, I remember being fascinated by how a protest becomes illegal when an official just says it's illegal. That phenomena has fascinated me since then. And it is really, it's fascinating to watch these Weasley little liars continue to just say it's an illegal occupation. The blockade at the border, I must say, is a different situation where you're affecting trade. Like, even me, who supports the cause that they're doing it for, I am much more sympathetic to lowering the bar and saying people's livelihoods are on the line in a much more immediate way when you're blocking a trade route, than it is if you are jamming up the streets in their city. You can agree or disagree. Let me know in the comments down below if you think that's a dumb take. But one thing is for sure: let's forget about the blockades at the border, and just focus on the city of Ottawa, which is a symbol. And for me personally, I called the fall of Ottawa on Friday. What made me call it so quickly was the fact that, for the optics purposes, some organizers had been arrested. Pat King, which we will talk about shortly, hopefully. Actually, let me write Pat King to make sure that I don't forget. I regret not having mentioned this guy's name sooner. But that being said, Pat King, Tamara Litch, and presumably other organizers had been arrested on Thursday night or Friday morning. But the thing that made me call it was the fact that they had already deployed cops in riot gear to block off streets, and smashed windows to tow trucks away. And not only that, the final nail in the coffin for me was the press briefing of the Ottawa police that day, or that evening, And they very clearly said that they will continue doing this until Ottawa is reclaimed. And once I saw that, I was like, man, if they've decided with a capital D like this, I can't see this ending. How can I say this? I can either see a quick, relatively peaceful end or a long, drawn out, very violent end. And I'm glad I didn't see this. And I gotta say, of the bad outcomes that were possible in this this protest, what ended up happening is one of the better bad outcomes. So at least I'm glad that we didn't, see the worst case scenario where, people are shot with or without the army getting involved. As a matter of fact, based on what I've seen, from what I know, no one died at all. So that's cool. Some people got hurt. There was, that lady who got trampled by a horse who got hurt but did not die. Oh, speaking of which, man, there's some people. If you're watching this and you made it this far, I would implore you, when there's a chaotic situation and the fog of war is still thick, please take the things that you hear within an hour or two of a situation happening with a huge grain of salt. Just be, that might be true, that might not. I'll just wait a little. Because I've seen people, there was a rumor that she had died, and that rumor was circulating much more quickly than I would reasonably expect from such a chaotic situation. Another example of this was, I think this was the Sunday where they confiscated a bunch of fuel from the Ottawa truckers camp. I spoke about this on another segment, but what I remember from that night, it was either that night or the next day, but I'm pretty sure it was that night where they made this big show of taking all the gas containers from that camp. And I was watching Viva Fry's live stream, and someone in his chat posted in all caps that, alert, alert, they're arresting truckers and putting them in camps, in all caps. Now, fortunately, Viva Fry is smart enough to just say, I can't confirm that, and move on with his evening. But I wish that online information literacy was more widespread than it currently is. I think that the people who, how can I say this? I don't know if I can say this nicely, so I'm just going to say it the way it comes to mind. The people who are so quick to believe that the lady who got trampled by a horse died, or that truckers were being arrested and put in camps, they kind of look like the kind of person that people who support vaccine mandates think that they are, and that all people who oppose mandates are, and that all unvaccinated people are. You look like that caricature when you A, believe, and B, spread, because we can't read your mind unless you type dumb shit on the internet, which some of y'all are doing. I wish you would be more skeptical of this. Actually, you know what? On the topic, I'm going to take a moment here, and I'm gonna find this very quickly. You don't have to worry. I'm just gonna open up YouTube here. I am going to find it and bookmark it, because I remember when this course was first published 3 years ago, sharing it with my friends. I went through it all. There is a YouTube channel called Crash Course, and they made this very excellent course on information literacy, which I will bookmark. I will copy paste the URL into the show notes and put it there at your disposal. Let's just say that some of the biases that they bring to the table should be clear to some of you. However, the principles behind the main recommendations of that course are very good. They're very sound. You know, just simple things like try scrolling further down than the first couple links of your Google search. Maybe even try searching the second or third page of your Google search results. Maybe when you see an article on a website that you've never heard of, to do a search for that website and add the text wiki after it, just to get an idea of what that site is about. You know, some of y'all have, maybe not y'all, but some people have fallen for satire, where simply adding, doing a search for the name of the website followed by the word wiki would bring you to the Wikipedia page, and you would see right there that it's a satire site. And you can know that, hey, satire imitated real life and I got caught. Hey, lucky me. Good thing I didn't share it, because I would have looked really stupid to some people. So yeah, I'm going to include that in the show notes of this stream and of the segment that I'm going to upload. Now, coming back to this discussion, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to... I'm just going to reorder some things here, and this will, I don't think I'm going to talk about this. Okay, so we've already covered the lady trampled by a horse. I'm glad she's okay. You know, again, I'm just glad no one died as a direct result of the occupation of Ottawa. That's super great. Now, one thing that I didn't know, which I learned this later that evening on Friday, that Justin Trudeau suspended Parliament on Friday just to make sure that he would get the weekend to, like, you know, bring the hammer down on the protesters. That's kind of nuts. And especially, like, given the vote that took place yesterday, I'm not entirely convinced that was necessary, but that kind of makes Justin look like the kind of dictator that some people say that he is. That was really weird and really cringe. But the and for those of you who didn't already know, after Justin invoked the Emergencies Act on February 15th, Parliament or the Senate had a week to vote to uphold it or not, or they had an opportunity to veto it. Of course, he forced it over the weekend by suspending Parliament on Friday. But now that the vote has passed, that law will be to effect for 30 days. Apparently, they have the option of removing it earlier. And hey, let's just say I don't know what's going to happen in 30 days, because you know, they keep claiming that they don't want to have this in effect one day longer than necessary. Sure, buddy. But the glimmer of hope is the Canadian Civil Liberties Association, which is challenging the invocation of this this act. Unfortunately, what is not giving me that much hope as far as the process of challenging this is that the legal process is very slow. In general, this is probably true in all countries. And I would say that even if they are successful in proving that the legal standard to invoke the Emergencies Act was not met and that he had no business doing this, even if they succeed, I doubt that they will succeed in under 30 days, which is why I'm not very hopeful, but I am a little bit hopeful, and a little hope is better than no hope, you know, which is an easy trap to fall into in these trying and uncertain times. Now, let's talk about Pat King. Oh my God. My reaction at the mere mention of his name should speak volumes. I wish that I had said this sooner. I don't think it really matters that I had, but I desperately wish that Pat King was not as intimately involved with the organization of this protest as he is. Had I been saying this, had I remembered to say this before, I would have said that we're kind of stuck with him and that Pat King is kind of an example of how when you're in a movement, when you support a movement, you might end up having to tolerate some people that you kind of wish had nothing to do with the movement, and that you kind of wish that they were away, that they were just gone. If you have not seen some of these clips, I will not play them all, but I do have a couple of them that I have bookmarked. Let me just see this here. You know, yeah, good. Nope. I'm gonna pause this. So, the term racist gets thrown around a lot, and I gotta say, I don't know to what extent I've covered this on stream. I certainly have before, especially when I was, way back at the beginning of this stream in my kitchen. One of my first segments was on fascism and how I was wrong about it, and how the word gets thrown around a lot, but you really need to be careful. And I gotta say, despite doing my best to be reasonably skeptical when someone on the internet especially accuses someone else of being a racist or an anti-Semite or a fascist or those kinds of words, there are certain words or terms that are still red flags to me. And Pat King is optics poison. Pat King is enough. He's bad enough to discredit the entire movement, and I wish he had nothing to do with it. I will play one clip. I don't think this clip in itself is a red flag, but the implication is obvious. Let's just listen to this. Wait, I will raise this. Yeah, that should be good.
Please don't take this the wrong way. It's time for me to walk away. For a while. The next 26 days left?
So this was 8 years ago. Get to the good part.
It ain't gonna matter. Unless you want to change your national language to Chinese or Mandarin or Hebrew. You might want to change your name to Ishmael, or drop a bunch of change down the stairs and call yourself Chong Ching Ching Chang. Unless you get up off your asses and demand change. Unless you get up off your asses and support everybody instead of fighting everybody.
Yeah. So the whole unless you want to learn Hebrew That is a massive red flag. And that's just one clip. There is a wide variety of cringe-ass clips of this kind. Oh man, okay. Pat King, and again, I will concede that this is 8 years ago. However, I have seen nothing to suggest that that his attitudes have significantly changed since then. And when you have a red flag like that, which plays right into what I keep saying, and I will explicitly say it again because I take it for granted that there might be new people here. The SydStream would like to remind you, you can never read people's minds. If you want to take a glimpse into what a person's internal thoughts might be, you go with consistent patterns of behavior, or you watch out for red flags, and you decide for yourself how many red flags is too much for you. And I gotta say, this is not the only red flag, but Pat King has tripped the tripwire in my mind of too many red flags. I wish this guy had nothing to do with it. And there's a clip that I am looking at in my notes right now, which I will, I won't even play it. That's how bad it is. But I'll describe what is in it. I don't really care when this was said, but the clip is of Pat saying, "Trudeau, someone's gonna redacted someday." And you could call that a threat. You can call that whatever you want. Jesus Christ. Wow. There was another, I don't think I have it offhand, but there was another clip of Pat King. Actually, let's see if I can find it. It should be, trust me, I'm doing a very specific search. I'm not even doing the music here. Where is it? No. This is a minute long. Wait a second here. Well, I'll at least put this on screen. So I just the search that I put into Twitter was Pat King Anglo-Saxon. So let's see here. No, this is not it. I will. This is probably the clip. So let's play this.
To go and get medical treatment if needed, the best vitamins, all of that. We've gotten our medicines here that are done.
Remind you that many Canadians in Canada are not Anglo.
Absolutely, they're not. And nobody said anything about them. That's what I said. Okay, first and foremost, you're baiting me, and I get it.
This is not the clip.
What I said was that there is a population that is being picked on, and it happens to be that population. I never made a racist comment towards any other ethnicity, any other race, anybody else.
You think Anglo-Saxons are being picked on?
I believe that the whole world is being picked on.
I mean,
No, this isn't the clip. Wait.
I believe everybody is being picked on.
Yeah, this is him defending. This is clearly him defending what he said in the clip that I am looking for. He was in his car when he said that, or in some kind of moving vehicle. Oh, this is probably it right here. Yeah, this is it. All right, I'm counting this as a partial win. Let's play it. This is a red flag, in my view.
Depopulation.
Let's start from the beginning.
Now, what it is the part of the depopulation. And a lot of people don't understand what that means. And what there is there's an end game. It's called depopulation of the Caucasian race, or the Anglo-Saxon. And that's what the goal is to depopulate the Anglo-Saxon race. Because they are the ones with the strongest bloodlines. And we'll leave it at that because then we get into a whole different topic. But it's a depopulation of race
All right, I'm not gonna play the entire 2-minute clip. You like, yeah, I. It is impossible for me to defend this guy. And if you didn't know that, Pat King had said such cringy at best things like this in the past, now you know. And if that is not a red flag for you, hey, you do you. It is for me. And Jesus Christ, it is such a shame that during these 23 days, I believe. Let me just go into my notes here. Because I called the end. Yeah, exactly. I called the end of the protests in Ottawa on Saturday, which would be day 23. And for me, Sunday was kind of like a lingering aftershock. So anyway, the fact that we were stuck with this guy for the 23 days of the protests in Ottawa made me facepalm and roll my eyes many times. And again, I'm sure if I met him in person, we would enjoy, I'm sure I would enjoy having a beer with him. But holy shit, I would definitely ask him about those statements if I met him, just to see what he has to say. I've seen a lot of actual Nazis speak about. No, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I have seen, as a result of watching Vosh and Destiny a lot during, for months on end for a while. As a result of this, I have seen many actual Nazis, actual white supremacists be questioned on their views in public, and I am very familiar with the ways in which they squirm, because most actual Nazis are smart enough to never admit it in public, and they'll say things like, "Hey, I just want America to be America, just like I want Japan to be Japan, just like I want China to be China, just like I want France to be France," and shit like that. Yeah, I would be very curious to see what Pat King would have to say if I asked him about those takes. But holy shit, what a mess to have been publicly supporting the cause of a movement for 3 weeks now, over 3 weeks, which had this guy as one of the organizers. And not just that, there is footage of him when asked, because the convoy officially dissociated from him, and there's footage of him saying, "Oh yeah, they just did it for optics reasons, they had to do it, it's just optics." Jesus Christ, he's not only cringy, but he's stupid. Like, even if it was just optics, why the fuck would you admit it in public on record? God damn it. Do I have anything else to say? Now I got pumped up. Let me just see here in my notes. I think I covered everything, but I just want to make sure. Yeah, fuck it. We're going to end on that. He has been denied bail as of the last, despite the cringy ass takes, they're cringy at best, that I just played from him. I think it's fair to call him a political prisoner at this point. But holy shit, I wish he had nothing to do with the organization of this convoy. And I will leave you on that positive note. If you liked this video, please give it a like and leave your comments in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon. There we go. It is... I actually did want to play Stardew Valley despite how late it is, Darth Shady. So you're gonna get your wish. Yeah, we're gonna play a day. I'm gonna, cause something that I did for the first 2 weeks of the protest was to even though I wasn't editing them, I would still put them in my editor to add the like fade in at the beginning and add that little SydStream thing that I play at the end. But I don't even do that anymore. Saves me some time. All right, where's the game? There it is. Yeah, okay. It's strange timing that I got a like just now. Were you sandbagging your like, just reserving it for if I was playing Stardew Valley or not, Dark Shady? Be honest. I suspect shenanigans. The funny thing is, since it's winter, I will occasionally go to bed early because there isn't that much to do in winter. There are things to do, but there aren't as many things to do. Wait. It's here because I have played. There we go. That should be good enough. All right. So there's less than a week left to the year. There's Feast of Winter Star. I forget what that is. June is crawling about. I have to go into town today. Don't work too hard and eat something good for lunch. There you go. Welcome to Kozu 5. Expect a few inches of snow tomorrow. The spirits are somewhat mildly perturbed today. Oh, I gotta say, there's some not so, I was hoping to, I planted a batch of winter seeds, hoping to, oh, bye Breck, I didn't notice you were gone. I was hoping to show you that winter seeds just grow into the ingredients to make more winter seeds. But the timing is ill-timed, and it will probably be spring by next week. I made you a little treat this morning in the salon. Oh, cool, spaghetti. So yeah, I reorganized my farm. The kegs are down here along with the jelly things. All right. Oh yeah, I finished the community center, and it made some, let's just say I'm happy I did, and finishing the community center is, they made it as big a deal as I would expect it to be, which is great, and it unlocks things in the game. You probably don't remember this because I rarely go to Chez Pierre's store, but it was, actually, I'll explain a little in a second here. There we go. Hey. Oh, I still have a regular sized milk. Anyway. One thing about Chez before I explain this, I have to explain a plot point that y'all were probably never aware of. Chez Pierre represents like the local store, but there was a competitor called Jojo Mart, which is you know, the symbolic big box retailer like Walmart that comes into town just to drive small businesses out of business, and basically, when you finish, Jojo Mart is run by this guy named Jojo, and when the cutscene where you finish the community center, everyone in town kicks Jojo out of town. So I will go by where Jojo Mart was to show you. And as a result of this, Chez Pierre, which is usually closed on Wednesdays, now it's open 7 days a week. Because, you know, now that Pierre is the only store in town, he has to stay open 7 days a week. So that's cool. Yeah, let me... So this... Fuck it, I'm selling the spaghetti. Where are you? Here. Oh yeah, and I have an iridium axe. What else? Actually, I can sell this. Now, there is one other iridium thing. Oh, hey, Brad. How long have you been here? That sounds like a bizarre adventure for Jojo. Nice. Good one. So even though, okay, there's one more iridium thing that I want is the iridium trash can. When you, actually I can demonstrate. When you throw things away and you've upgraded your trash can, you get a fraction of the money that you would get by selling it. So let's just demonstrate with clay. You see I have the last three numbers here are 961, and if I throw my clay away, it's now 970. And if I upgrade to an iridium garbage can, I'll get even more money when I throw things away. But that being said, I still took the time to get more crystallariums so that I can get more stairs. Oh, actually, the iridium bar I will put away. Like that. Okay. Actually, you are bugging me. There we go. So, I will just show you a couple things here. Might as well. Might as well. This is like, you know, there's so few things to do in winter that if I won't even scavenge or forage. So the community center is finished, and if you go inside, like, it looked mostly like this except for the fish tank, which was all busted up and shit. And right now, no one's hanging out here. But in the final cutscene, like, the whole town was here to say, hey, I sell different dishes each week, so make sure to check in every now and then. Okay, thanks, buddy. Well, this is kind of a case in point. All right. Next stop. Wait. No, I don't think I can get there from there. 'Cause I'm on horseback and I don't feel like getting off my horse and out this guy. All right. Oh, there we go. So this is where Jojo Mart was. And it's terminated. So yeah. What else do I want to show you? Ooh, prehistoric rib. Hey, speaking of which, I probably won't go to the dungeon today, but I made it. Well, I used the trick of using a bunch of staircases to start much lower than I normally would, and I made it deep enough to see a new terrain and monsters that I... Well, that's as close as I've come to being scared in the dungeon in a long time. Fire-breathing dinosaurs. Yeah. Wasn't expecting that. Oh yeah, while I'm here, I'll get the mushrooms. And I'll go into the greenhouse. No. Oh yeah, there's another thing that changed. And actually, I don't have enough to do it now. Yeah, the greenhouse will wait. Since there's not much to do, I will give you a little tour just to let this sink in. It would be hilarious if Robin's store was closed today, because she kind of is randomly closed. I'm sure there's a method to the madness, but anyway, it's down here. So Penny, my dear wife, lived in this trailer before living here, and her mother still does. Right now it's empty because she's Pam is waiting by the bus stop to drive me to the desert should I so choose, which I won't. And so now that I've shown you Penny's trailer, let's go to Robin's store. Hopefully it's open. Wait, no, it's over here. Come on. Okay, if it's open, I can show you. And she's not working today. Well, that's a shame. So, anyway, the after completing the community center, now I can go to Robin and ask her to do community upgrades. I don't know the extent to which I can upgrade the community, but the first option that I have is to build a house for Pam. So I don't have enough hardwood to do it, but once I have 950 hardwood, I'm gonna build Pam a house. So that's cool. And as a matter of fact, speaking of hardwood, I'm going to I'm gonna just tend to my greenhouse and then go get some hardwood. Galloping, galloping in my farm. Oh, cool. My trees are full. Hey, by the way, if in case anyone was curious as to why I stockpile truffles instead of just selling the excess truffles, is because pigs don't generate truffles during the winter, so I was preparing for the winter. And there we go. So, Jesus Christ, my inventory is full. Let me just unload here. Yeah, that's everything. So I'm gonna sell a bunch of shit. Wait, do I have... Yeah, fuck this. I'm not keeping any of it. Oh, I will compact the trash. Nope, this I want to keep. All right. Good. Whoops. Oh, cool. I forgot you can do that. I don't care enough to consult each scarecrow to find out how many crows each individual scarecrow has scared off. The strategy that I'm trying out for a while until I get fed up of it is that I sell gold quality fruits and food and whatnot, and normal and silver, I use them to cook or do whatever with. So that's what's up. None of this is ready. Okay. It's 8 p.m. Before I forget, these can wait. Gonna go to the forest to get some hardwood. I'm way short, and you can only get hardwood in this place. Oh, I have a ring that makes me invulnerable to slime damage. So the slime that hang out here, I'm going to ignore them because they don't damage me. So yeah, I can get hardwood in batches of 8 at a time, unless I'm lucky and find them like somewhere or whatever. So I think I'm like 200 hardwood short to be able to buy Pam a house. So that's gonna take a while. And on some nights I just don't feel like it, and on some nights it's so busy that by the time I remember, I risk falling asleep in the forest. All right, on my way back, I will grab the mayo and cheese. Wait. All right. I just remembered something. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, sure. Jesus Christ, there's 5 days left in the winter. I don't know if I said this already, but I had to invoke the filthy rich clause. I did not plan my hay correctly, and I ended up having to just buy the hay that I would need to make it through the winter. Ooh. Great. Oh yeah, I have trashed. So yeah, I'm at 158. Actually, I'm curious. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed early, but before I do, I will call Robin's shop. The shop might be closed, but voicemail never sleeps. Hey, it's Robin. I'm out of the house. Okay. Oh, I can't check for community upgrade costs. I can only check her store and upgrading buildings. Well, too bad. All right, I will put the jade here. My inventory is empty. And I will go to bed with 2 hours to spare. Whoop. Yes. $27,000. Nice, not bad. And it's barely 15 past the hour. This is great. This is a 360 win. I am quoting a very specific person when I say that, so you either got that reference or you didn't. I will put this like that, exit to desktop, and play the end of stream song. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad no one died in Ottawa. Let's end on that positive note. And hopefully by next week there will be some interesting, a little more uplifting things to cover. And the movement is not over just because Ottawa fell. All right? Remember that. I'll see you next week.